SA Crypto, South Africa's largest blockchain community and news outlet.
Hey guys, welcome to this edition of the SA Crypto video podcast, and this is a short roundup of the BECSA Chain Reaction 2.0, which happened on Thursday, the 29th of August 2019. It was a great evening, and I've got most of the guests that were there that night. Unfortunately, MC Kaya Dlanga had left before I could get hold of him, so we'll have to catch up with Kaya another time. But look out for his tweets. I can see he's very interested in what's happening in the crypto space. So, first guest is Lisa van Eck, who is one of the co-founders of BECSA, and first question is, how do you gauge the current climate of South Africa's blockchain industry?
Yeah, I think there's certainly pockets of excellence, which is exciting, but I do think there are varying levels of knowledge about the space, there are varying levels of expertise, and so I think there's a lot of work we can do in kind of bringing it all together, and educating people on what blockchain means, and so we can really empower people, not only entrepreneurs and professionals, but individuals as well, to know how they can kind of stake their claim in all of this as well. So I do think it's exciting. South Africa provides a space to explore these things, and there are certainly very amazing things going on. But yeah, very nascent still, I would say, in South Africa, but certainly exciting things to come.
Second question for Lisa is, what is BECSA's vision right now?
So I think for BECSA we want to create an ecosystem around blockchain where everyone feels more informed and more empowered to utilize the technology in ways that are useful for them. I think there's still a lot that we need to dispel in terms of jargon and in terms of the technology, but I do think I would like to see in 5 years' time an ecosystem that is more aware, that is more connected, and that is really supportive of the entrepreneurs in South Africa in blockchain. An ecosystem that's not just talking about cryptocurrency, but really the amazing applications that blockchain can have, and actually potentially seeing those being used in the public sector, or to actually solve some of the social and environmental challenges that we have. I think that would be really exciting.
And finally, Lisa, where can people find BECSA online?
So you can find us online on our various social media channels. You can find us at BECSA_ZA on Twitter, and we have a Facebook page as well, Blockchain Entrepreneurs Club South Africa, and then get in touch with any one of the team. We are very open to kind of going on this journey together, and welcome any feedback and thoughts.
Great. Lisa van Eck, Director at BECSA, thanks for joining us, and well done on a great event.
Thank you, thanks for coming.
Our second guest is Dawie Roodt, who was one of the keynote speakers. He is a former economist at the South African Reserve Bank. He's an author and political and economic analyst. And the question that I posed him is, what is the opposite of Keynesian economics, the most famous of modern economic theories?
There are many in history. There were many just absolutely amazing economic thinkers and philosophers and people that we can learn so much from. And I think John Maynard Keynes certainly was one of those people. He realized something very important about economics, that sometimes that people do not trust the economic environment and they stop buying, and if people stop buying, then production also stops. So it's a bad thing when there's suddenly a loss of trust in the economy. And his advice was that we can get the state to fill up that gap that was left by the private sector, and for the state to start spending more money, and if they spend more money, then the factories will work again and the trust will return again. That's in a nutshell is what Keynesian economics mean. Unfortunately, what politicians have been doing, they've been pushing that to the extreme. They think now that the state's got this permanent responsibility to keep on spending to keep the economy going, and in the process the state keeps on getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and state debt will just keep on going up and up and up, and that I don't think is the original idea of Keynes. So if that is your definition of Keynesianism, then I'm most definitely not belong to the school of Keynes or the economic school of Keynes. I rather belong or believe in individual freedom. But if you believe in individual freedom, you believe in an ideology that is perhaps called something like libertarianism or laissez-faire kind of ism. There's many different words for this, or the Austrian school of economics, or maybe Milton Friedman monetarism. That's a kind of not exactly the same with Keynesianism. So there are many different schools of thought, and I guess you could even say that being an anarchist is also in a way an economic school of thought. But I believe in individual freedom. I believe in individual freedom, but also in individual responsibility, and that's the very important part. I believe individuals are responsible for themselves, they're responsible for their people, and of course that doesn't mean you're not allowed to help somebody else. Of course, we're humans. We do like to help somebody else, but individualism also means that you have to take responsibility for yourself. And unfortunately, in a kind of world that we are living in today, there are so many people trying to live off other people, and to create a socialist Keynesian kind of world makes it possible for a lot of people to in fact live off other people, and many of those people are civil servants and politicians and the like. And for that simple reason, I believe in individual freedom, and anyway, personally, I do not like anybody to tell me what I can and can't do. The rules that I have for myself are that I cannot and I should not interfere with other people's lives, and I shouldn't interfere and make other people's life more difficult. Those are very important rules for me. But exactly, I expect the same from somebody else. Do not interfere with my life, and don't come and mess in my life. I don't want anybody else to mess in my life without my permission. I'm a libertarian.
Our third guest is Ricardo Spagni, and because it was the very end of the evening by the time I caught up with him, I only had a chance to ask him one very short question. Here it is.
Spagni. Close enough.
Ricardo Spagni, everyone knows you as Fluffy Pony.
Except my mom.
Lead maintainer of Monero. How do you find this more white-collar Sandton feel that want to talk about blockchain as opposed to crypto?
It's actually really good, because I think education is literally the most important thing that we can do right now. People have no idea how to secure their funds. They have no idea how to get in, how to get out. They don't know anything. Sometimes they think they know, and that's even worse. So an event like this gives us an opportunity to educate a wider group of people, and it really helps, because if we're not doing that, we're not really doing anything.
Well, I promised one question and one question only, so I'm going to leave it at that. Our fourth guest is the CEO of SwiftX, and I ask, as a marketing specialist, what is your marketing strategy for cryptocurrency companies?
So what we have to remember with any new market is that there is a lot of unknown. When it comes to fintech, when it comes to cryptocurrency, there's a lot of mixed information. There's a lot of stuff that people just don't know about. So when it comes down to marketing, awareness and education is our biggest driver. We have to use all the tools possible to firstly build the awareness and then educate people on why this is happening and why they should use certain products and services. Also with marketing, you're either speaking to problems or you're speaking to passions. And here, this industry is solving so many various problems, and people are becoming very passionate about it. So we have to speak to those problems and passions through the marketing to make sure that our clients do well and lift this industry up.
And the final and fifth guest is Marius Rates, who's the General Manager Africa for Luno. And my question to him is, did tonight's event achieve what you intended as sponsors?
James, absolutely. I think it was more than we could have hoped for. I think events like this is really, really important for the industry. I think generally people tend to be fixated on the price, and they tend to forget about the bigger picture. And I think Marcus summed it up really, really brilliantly tonight, where he said you shouldn't have a short-term outlook on this. It's not about the price. You should have a long-term view, and that's 5 to 10 years down the line. So I think events like this brings perspective. Things it also from network perspective, you meet people, you exchange ideas, and I think it's brilliantly for the industry as a whole to grow and to foster new ideas. So I think it was a success. I think we had brilliant presentations. The quality of presentations were excellent. The questions from the audience were excellent. I mean, we had students here asking questions about fiscal policy and cryptography, etc. So I can't imagine myself many years back asking these type of questions. So I think what crypto does at the very least is it brings together people and it challenges opinions, it challenges views, and I think it gets these conversations going.
And that's it for this edition of the SA Crypto Video Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Until next time, cheers.